Hi everyone, we're back. Something different today. I've had so many questions asking, particularly about this mould and findings. A lot of you probably know how to do this stuff already, but I'm just going to do a tutorial just to help those that don't. So a lot of questions are, how do I kind of find the correct findings like these for this particular mould? So this here I purchased a while ago for my watches to measure parts, and it is absolutely amazing. I'll put the link in the description, as with some of the other stuff that I'm using. So this basically, turn it on, you've got either millimeters or inches. I do millimeters. So as you drag this along, it gives you a really precise measurement. So you can either use this side to measure your cabs, so that is around about 40 millimeters by about 30 millimeters, which is this. So you can basically use the other side to measure the internal of the bezel. Same with this one, you can measure the inside, so it'll give you, so that's 24.9, so for argument's sake we'll say that's 25 millimeters. So this one we know is going to fit. So you can also use it on the molds. So if you're deciding to use I don't know, any of them really, this one here, you can just draw it out until it touches the edges, and that will give you a 30 millimeter reading. So this is a really decent tool to have, really, if you're into making jewellery and using this particular mould. It would work with other moulds. So yeah, I'd definitely advise getting one of these. So what we're going to do to begin with anyway is, I've had a few people asking me how I make earrings. So we're going to start with that. I use this little bit of kit off of Amazon. Again, I'll post a link. You've got various bits. It comes with larger bits and tiny bits, and these ones I only really use this one at the moment. And you just pop it in and tighten it, and it's got like a turny part there which you keep on the palm, so as you're turning the drill, that bit just stays still on the palm. And what I'd suggest with this, I'm going to take you further down as I'm doing it, is a lot of people are trying to drill through the front, but obviously where it's rounded and it's shiny, you're at risk of scratching the piece. So I always turn mine over and I just find the center, barely any pressure, and I just turn, and I'll try and just get that in slightly and give you a better angle. So you can see it's really blurry. Focus, focus. There we go. You can see barely any pressure. These are really precise, as long as your hands aren't too shaky. And you just hold it and turn. And depending on the piece, if you've got a see-through transparent piece, sorry, I'm moving my hands, you'll see the drill going through the center, but this one's not transparent. But you'll see in a moment, it will start to come out the front, just like that. Sound like Tommy Cooper then, just like that. And then what I do is I turn the piece around and just go again from the front to the back. Make sure you've got a lot of looseness, and then you can just push and pull to get any of the bits out. And there you have it, a centered hole. And I'm going to bring you back out slightly, if I can. So we'll just do the one just to show you. and then I use these pinch bails. The focus is really playing up today. So with these, I mean, this is ideally it's got like a pendant bit, or it has got a pendant bit on, but I don't use those for the earrings, so I just snip that loop off, which will leave me with just the pinch bail. Seems like a waste, but it's just what I use. And then we open that up. You can add some glue if you like, and we just pinch that in, and then use some pliers just to secure it in. And then I use, if I can find these on Amazon, I'll put the link. These are sterling 925 hoops, and you can see can you see? Let me try and focus. It's really playing up. It's got like a loop that's not soldered, and we just bend that out, pop on the earring, bend it back. So there we have the earring. And then the earrings come, the hoops come with the little rubber stoppers. You can get one out for the backs, which just pop on. So I mean, that's one way that I do mine. It's the easiest way. See some other people doing this as well. So that one is that. Put that aside. So as for a pendant, I was using the glue-on bails, but I've had a couple of messages from people saying that they do come off. One in particular was mine, which was really upsetting to hear. So what we do, the same again, we drill through to begin with, and then we hold it, and then we'll start to see the drill bit coming out the front. Give it a good turn, pop it out, go in the front to the back. This one was pretty cool. It kind of formed its own heart in the back. This was some leftover resin. I did a dirty pour, and I got this cool kind of like marbly effect. Anyway, we're not here for that. Just make sure it's all clear. Push through. And then we've got some bigger, and we want to keep this bit on because it's going to be a pendant. So again, we pull that open. If you want to glue it in, you can. These are really strong. In the back, and give it a good. Gee, that's really tugging. That's not going anywhere. So if we come back out, things like necklaces and stuff like that, just look around. Etsy. This one's a silver plated. This one was from Etsy. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find the link for this one again. I'll just pop that through. Do it up. And there you have it. Pendant. So that's that one. So we'll move on to now these ones. So I use at the moment, it's a 2-part epoxy. It sets really fast, and I mix it. One of my little silicone pouring pots. You have to get the mixture 1-1, and it's tricky to get both sides because one side's a lot thicker than the other. I mean, you may use something different. It's like a syringe, and they can heat these up in some water before, so it's kind of getting exactly, you'll find the thinner side comes out quicker than the other side, so I tend to count the drops and then move the pressure on the harder side of the needle to get the other part of the mix out. I'm going to go for a little bit more because I don't think that's enough. We'll do 2 bits of jewellery with this anyway. It's kind of just getting the exact measurement. Let's see how we get on with that. Pop the lid back on. This really does set fast. Again, thanks to everyone who subscribed, followed me from the beginning. I'm getting a lot of positive messages, followers that have been following me from when I began. Again, for the donations and the likes and the comments, thank you. So we have that mixed, and what we want to do is just pour that into our bezel. I should have enough for this one. And just spread it around. Try and get the edges. I'll keep my sticker clean. And then work out which way you want to put the pendant in. I think I'm going to go pink down. Pop it in and push down. You might get a little bit of the adhesive come out the side, and just give that a clean as you apply the pressure. You don't want any sticking out the edges. So in about 5 minutes that should be fairly solid. Just give that a bit of a buff. So that's that. Now we're going to go, these were off of Amazon. Again, I'll pop the link. They're quite small though. I don't think they do larger sizes. So we're going to need to mix some more adhesive. The trouble is, if you mix too much of this and you work on like I did that piece that I've just done and go back to this glue, you'll find it's pretty much already set. And you need to work with this whilst it's still a finer consistency. So we'll just mix. And then just same as the other one. I'm just going to use a toothpick on this one to just push it to the edges. And then we're going to pop the cap in. Again, a little bit of pressure, Try not to get any of the glue on the front. And again, in about 5 minutes that will be pretty much set solid. So that is that. So again, these are really handy to have. I highly recommend getting one of these. They're not even that expensive. So I think that will do for today. It's just a quick one, just to help those that have asked and sent messages to me via Facebook Messenger and in some of the videos. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.